What if the single most important event in human history never happened? What if the resurrection of Jesus Christ wasn't a miracle, but the first domino in an elaborate conspiracy? A conspiracy that would create the most powerful institution the world has ever known. The truth is, the Roman and Jewish authorities knew exactly what happened to the body of Jesus of Nazareth. They thought they could control the story. They were wrong. And what they set in motion would change the world forever, built on a secret they could never reveal. The official story is simple. A man rises from the dead. But let's look at the facts through the eyes of power. Pontius Pilate, a ruthless governor whose primary job was to maintain order, had just executed a popular rebel. The last thing Rome needed was a martyr's grave becoming a pilgrimage site for revolution. The Jewish Sanhedrin, desperate to maintain their religious authority, had just eliminated a man who threatened their entire power structure. For both of them, that body in the tomb was a political time bomb. Now, consider the strategic move. Make the body disappear. You achieve two things instantly. You crush the hope of his followers by proving he wasn't divine, and you maintain control. The Gospels themselves record the chief priests going to Pilate, warning him that Jesus' disciples might steal the body to fake a resurrection. This is the key. They weren't worried about angels. They were worried about theft, because that's exactly what they would have done. So what really happened that Sunday morning? The most logical explanation is that the authorities moved the body, but their plan backfired. The disciples discovered the empty tomb before the Romans could discover the body elsewhere. Suddenly, the authorities were trapped. If they now produced the body, it would look like they had tried to hide the resurrection and failed. Their only option was to stick to a weak story about sleepy guards and stolen corpses, a story they paid the soldiers to spread. This means the disciples didn't steal the body. They genuinely believed he had risen, because the only other explanation that the authorities had taken him would have been suicide to proclaim. Their sudden, fearless conviction that launched a global religion wasn't based on a clever fraud. It was based on the stunning, inexplicable reality of an empty tomb. An emptiness engineered by the very powers that thought they were silencing a rebellion forever. The cover-up wasn't perpetrated by the church. The cover-up created the church. The resurrection story spread precisely because the Romans and Sanhedrin had no credible way to explain the missing body without admitting their own role in its disappearance. They were caught in a trap of their own making. This isn't about disproving faith. This is about revealing the political earthquake that forced the resurrection narrative into history. The empty tomb was a crime scene, and the perfect crime created the world's most enduring mystery. If this changes everything you thought you knew about the foundation of Western civilization, then you need to join our inner circle of truth seekers. Subscribe to Relics of the Sacred and hit the bell, because we're just getting started. The comments section is where the real investigation begins. Tell me, what do you think happened in that tomb? And in our next video, we expose how secret societies encoded this exact secret into the architecture of Washington, D.C., creating a blueprint of power that's been hidden in plain sight for centuries. The trail is right in front of you.